One of the nation's favourite retailers, JB Hi-Fi, has announced it's not going to perform as well as expected next year. Sales will be up by 5.3% compared to a forecast of 6 to 8%, probably a sign about the reduced consumer confidence. I'm joined by John Dew from The Australian. John, he's joining a long line of retailers saying it's going to be pretty tough times, right?
He is indeed. Discretionary retail's just really stopped this year. It seemed Flight Centre put out a statement, I think last week, saying that the budget just killed things dead. I think all the lead up to the budget, the irony being that the actual budget was cleverly drafted in that it didn't really cut spending for a couple of years and then we're all going to get hit around the head. But all the pre-sale was all that we're all going to get hit around the head, and I think that's obviously scared everyone, and so consumers have just stopped spending.
Now, Terry Smart, who's been in charge of the company for a long time, is stepping down, being replaced by his number two. What do we know about Terry Smart's legacy and who's replacing him?
Yeah, well, what we do know is that Terry Smart, he's one of the founders of the company. He started with Richard Uechtritz. I hope I've got that pronunciation right. But he and Richard started the store back in 2000, or they were backed into a management buyout by Macquarie Bank at the time. The two of them are fantastic retailers, and that they actually both started separately in the old photo labs that came about before we had digital cameras and the like. And then Terry himself used to work at Kodak, which of course has been killed by digital film, and so they're very nimble entrepreneurs who are sort of very happy to go along with the times, and they've proved incredibly successful.
So what's the secret of JB Hi-Fi's business model? Because when you go past the store, you wouldn't think it's one of the best retailers in the country in terms of the way it can just generate so much sales.
Right. Okay. Well, I think there's a number of secrets. Number one, they're prepared to move with the times, and their latest venture is they're moving into sort of more white goods and so forth. Number two, they're very good at cost control, and we can see that just very clearly by Richard Murray, the new chief executive. He's going to get fixed pay of $2.75 million. His sort of rival, if you like, at Nick Abood at Dick Smith, he's on 3.75. So that's sort of a big difference already. Staff are largely on, or have a big element of commission in their pay, so they're very keen for you to walk out the store with someone, and so it's just a very nimble, fantastic culture, I think, within JB Hi-Fi. It's a great story.
Now, when I go to a JB Hi-Fi, I walk past huge racks of CDs and DVDs. You talk about them moving with the times, but does anyone even still buy those anymore? I mean, how does that help them sell things?
Well, they obviously still buy them, or they wouldn't be there. But obviously people now are buying a lot of other things, and we're buying flat screen TVs from them, and we're buying digital whatever with them. So JB Hi-Fi is going along very nicely. Although, as you say, like the rest of the retail world, things are tough right now.
Now, one of the things they also do quite well is they're very good at opening new stores. We're doing it in quite a cautious way.
Right.
How do they go about thinking about what to open and when to open it?
Well, I think they're just obviously what they try to do is get a little bit off the retail. They want to be near the retail trend, but not in the middle of it. So they've been very clever in terms of their location finding. That gets difficult as you keep on going, and also with different size formats they need for their white goods rollout.
Great. Yeah. So let's talk about the challenges now for Richard Murray. So given the concerns about consumer confidence, do you think that it's steady as she goes at JB Hi-Fi? Can you do anything else to kind of help?
Well, the reason Terry Smart's leaving early, which was the point of today's announcement, is that he's got full confidence in Richard Murray. Richard's been there for about 9 years, and they think they've trained him well. I personally think it's a huge risk hanging over the company, because he's not one of the founders. Richard Uechtritz left in 2010. He's still on the board, so he'll be still there to give a helping hand. Terry's gone completely, and he won't be hanging around at all. So we've got a new guy into the thing who comes from a finance background, not a retail background. I think that's a big question mark hanging over the company.
And he's quite young, isn't he?
He is quite young, but aren't we all? and obviously a very uncertain retail climate.
John Dew, thanks very much.
Thank you.